Boy, and we're live. Just had my lunch, people. You're gonna have to forgive me. People, deluded. I'm back again. Hope everyone's enjoying their week so far. Hope the international break is somewhat entertaining. Do me a favor, smash the like button and subscribe. Road to 100k. Now, we've been linked with Leao and Rodrygo. I know Arsenal fans, and every now and again, Gabriel Jesus is linked with a move away. Arsenal versus Everton, which I believe was scheduled for the 21st of December, has been brought forward to Saturday evening, so Saturday, December the 20th. Owing to both Arsenal's and Crystal Palace probably getting their fixtures changed because we're meeting each other in the League Cup. And there's positive news apparently where Gyökeres and Madueke are concerned, and I think I speak for every Arsenal player, for every Arsenal fan, especially all the players, but especially our attackers, whether they're starters, whether they're rotation options. We need our players, man. From now till January, and even the whole of January, the games are coming thick and fast. You got 3 games in 10 days, playing twice a week. Typically, there's a 2 to 3 day if that turnover. So we needed everyone fit. The Gyokeres, the Maduekes, the Odegaards, the Havertzes, the Jesuses, everybody else. If your name is Bukayo Saka, Declan Rice, and any Gabriel Magalhaes, anybody that is participating for their country, it's an honor to play for your country. Have fun. Just make sure you return to London Coley able to play and there's no injuries. And we've been dealing with injuries from the start of the season. Like, there's obviously injuries that have kept people out for a few weeks, a few months, been able to patch players up and keep it moving. There's been like Timber preseason, Ben White, Gabriel Magalhaes, Norgard, Kepa, Gabriel Ansit. Well, sorry, I said Gabriel already. Saliba. I'm not sure for Miles Lewis-Skelly and Calafiori. I think Wanyeri's had a knock. Madueke, obviously, Havertz, obviously, Odegaard, Jesus. Yeah, man, the vast majority, Declan Rice. There's been knocks and illness and things like that. Even in Man United, Zubamendi had illness. So, yeah, it is what it is. What are you saying with Candy, man? Appreciate you. Sadiq, appreciate you. Boston, appreciate you. What is Tamina saying here? Transfer ban for Amarin and United. No signings in January. I mean, it's Man United's problem, in it, really, if I'm honest with you. I don't think Arsenal are going to sign anyone, but you never know in this life, man. What's this thing? What is this thing? PL clubs ready for Lewis-Skelly if available. We're going to go over that, but naturally, Miles Lewis-Skelly's a bloody good player. If you're looking for a central midfielder, a left back, a kind of hybrid, and you are thinking, oh, you know what? He might be thinking about the World Cup. Arsenal might be thinking of game time. He might want to go and make a move. We're going to sniff around. We all know Miles Lewis-Skelly ain't going anywhere. We all know we need him as a body. We all know he's going to get his opportunity. It's just unfortunately for him and Ben White, yeah, we're going to have to rotate and box cleverly, but we're 3 points mode. And we've been ticking along. Timber ain't put a foot wrong. Calafiori ain't put a foot wrong. You're going to have to wait till the manager says, do you know what? It's time for me to give you an opportunity, or if the form dips, or you get it, is what it is. And then hopefully, if you lot, when you do get your chances, then why? I want you to play to the level. And Miles Lewis-Skelly, where Calafiori and Timber don't necessarily get their spots because you got 4 players fighting for 2 positions. And that goes everywhere in the pitch, if I'm honest with you, man. If we get Leao, it's over for everyone. I rate Leao, but I think he's overrated in the same sense. That doesn't mean I think he's a bad player and things like that, but I would not be against him. He seems to be quite fond of Arsenal. We need a left winger, and he could be available apparently for as low as 70 million, right? But consistency, because he's a bit of a moments man, innit? And we've got too many of those. Like, you could be good for 20 minutes of a 90-minute game. You could be indifferent. And then if you've got 10 games, you're indifferent for 5 of them, quality for 2 of them. I don't know, man. I think when you really watch his performances, he's a good player, of course. But yeah, who would you get as a new left winger? I'd love Berta to just get his scouting on, if I'm completely honest with you. But me, I like Leao, I like Semenyo, I like Rodrygo. I don't think we get any of those guys, but why not? Like Malik Fofana? There's a couple still. He's what we need, though. His skill set, I'd love it. But then we play low blocks and things. Is he going to get that space? Leao window is sell. Don't be too sure, man, because Berta's a big fan of him. Berta was a big fan of Sesko. He obviously made it happen. Smash the like button and keep your thoughts coming, people. I don't want to waste any of your time and just making sure we stay fresh and things like that. Let's see what's going on in the world of Arsenal. First things first, our fixture against Everton, as I said a few moments ago, has obviously changed. Premier League fixture against Everton rearranged. Our Premier League match at Everton in December has been rescheduled, with the fixture at the Toffees' new Hill Dickinson Stadium now taking place on Saturday, December the 20th at 8 p.m. Great stadium, but you know what? New stadium or not, it's always going to be the Goodison, man. As I said, this match was previously scheduled for Sunday, December the 21st. However, the EFL scheduled our League Cup quarter-final against Crystal Palace on Tuesday, December the 23rd, due to the Eagles' participation in the UEFA Conference League. When that fixture was officially scheduled and before tickets went on sale for our away game at Everton, we opened dialogue with the Premier League and Everton Football Club to request a change of date to avoid playing 2 matches in the space of 48 hours. Now, I want to say, I could be wrong, and it could have been the game before, but I'm pretty sure in the build-up to the Sunderland game, Arteta said in a smart, sly kind of way that, yeah, we're confident that that fixture is going to change people. So, yeah, you've seen that work now. Playing 2 matches within a 48-hour period. What word is that? Contravenes. Listen, it goes against FIFA's recommendations, which has established a consensus of a minimum of 72 hours rest between games. But when DG says it takes anything from 24 to 72 hours to recover, people say, oh, you think you're a coach? No, I just know things. This recommendation is in place to protect player health and fitness. Recovery time between matches is essentially important during busy periods of the season, such as December. It's also worth noting that Christmas Eve was muted as the date for the League Cup quarter-final, but was rejected due to the proximity to Christmas Day, which would impact our supporters and workforce. Exactly. As our match against Everton was originally selected for live broadcast in the UK, the fixture had to transfer to an available broadcast slot, which is identified as 8 p.m. on Saturday, December the 20th. Both Everton and the Premier League have approved the match to proceed at this time. Crystal Palace's Premier League match away to Leeds United is also being played on Saturday, December 20th, with an 8 p.m. kickoff time. The welfare of our players, supporters, and staff is our priority. We fully understand this change of date may result in challenges for supporters traveling to Liverpool for the game. Therefore, we are organising additional supporter coaches for this match. All coach travel will be subsidised for the supporters, priced at £10 for the return journey to Everton, people. Big them up. Match tickets and coach travel for Everton match will go on sale on Monday, November the 17th, which is next Monday, I want to say. Yeah, a week, well, just under a week to go, people. And you look at our confirmed Christmas and New Year's games, man. December the 20th, away at Everton. Then you got Crystal Palace in the League Cup 3 days later. And then you've got Brighton at home. Then you've got Aston Villa at home. We kick off the new year away at Bournemouth. What a way to start that. And then our next game is on the 8th of January is Liverpool at home. And then obviously the weekend, Saturday, January the 12th, FA Cup 3rd round. We don't know at this moment in time who we're playing, people. Rodrygo, 2 weak mentally and physically for this league. The mentality ain't there for what we need. But Leao transfer thing is held. The United Standard reporting that United have a transfer ban for Jan. Big up there. I can't lie, man. That's on United's problem. Let's not cry about the fixture list. I ain't cried about nothing. We want to have a go at all the trophies. You must deal with the fixture list. You have a squad for a reason. Xabi Alonso is disrespecting Rodrygo. At this point, he's disrespecting himself. It's Real Madrid. It's a sweet gig, but you know where you stand in the squad. Like, things can change. It's not even the halfway point in the season, but you're at where you're at, really and truly. And I personally think this season, I ain't got the data to hand, and I've got no way of proving this. I think there's a mandate at Real Madrid, Odegaard, that Mustantano, probably not Hendrick, but to bust these young players a bit. So Rodrygo's going to have to hold that, really. Speaking of Rodrygo and Brazil, obviously, Brazil are ironically playing at the Emirates. Andrea Berta and Mikel Arteta with Brazil manager Carlo Ancelotti in London. As I said, Brazil are playing at the Emirates. They play Senegal on Saturday at the Emirates Stadium, people. Seriously, serious stuff. That's a lovely coat, innit? Might get it. What else have we got? Martin Odegaard joins up with Norway squad as Gunners captain nears injury return. Gunners skipper has been out for more than a month. Arsenal captain Martin Odegaard will join up with the Norway squad this week to support his teammates ahead of their World Cup qualifiers against Estonia and Italy. Oh, that's cool. They also cheerleader thing. Odegaard, unfortunately, is currently out of action due to a knee injury, but he wants to make an impact off the pitch. That sounds like a captain to me, but that don't fit the narrative. Odegaard's life goes quickly. I remember when Odegaard was like 15, 16, he's at Real Madrid and that. Ironically, under Carlo Ancelotti, and there was stuff around, and he's 26, captain of Arsenal. Life goes quickly like that. Blink and Max Dowman will retire. That's how life goes, man. I'm still interested in Matoma. Let it go, bro. Let it go, man. Odegaard has been part of the previous international camps, even when not fit, and is desperate for Norway to book a spot at next year's World Cup. Last month, the Arsenal skipper travelled to Norway for their World Cup qualifier against Israel and celebrated with his teammates in the dressing room after a 5-0 win. Norway are on the cusp of qualifying for the World Cup next summer for the first time since 1998 after that victory over Israel. They can qualify on Thursday if they beat Estonia and Italy fail to beat Moldova. A draw would also be enough for Norway if Italy lose. And going back to wingers, yeah, that Nusa guy, monitor him. A victory for both sides would set up a showdown between the two teams on Sunday in the final match of Group I. Is that Group I or one? Yeah, so yeah, Norway could be qualifying. And yeah, Odegaard has expressed his desire to want to do that. We know if we beat Estonia at home, we'll be in a really good position to qualify for the World Cup next year. We're getting closer, but we have to finish the job. We're going to stay calm until it's done, and hopefully we can make it because we feel it's time for us. I hope we're applying that logic to the Premier League. It's been too long. I'm very excited about it, and hopefully we can finish the job next month. Spare a thought for Odegaard. 1 minute it's ankle injuries, then it's shoulders, etc. The Norway manager has spoken, and I don't know what you lot want to read on that, but Norway boss issues concerning injury update on Martin Odegaard's fitness as Arsenal captain continues recovery from knee issue. The playmaker, as we know, suffered an MCL, but technically a medial left knee ligament damage and was expected to miss 6 weeks. There's hope that him and a bunch of his teammates could be available in some capacity against Spurs. The Norway gaffer said it is in brackets Odegaard's progress steady. It's going in a steady direction, but he's some distance away. A lot can change in a week, but if he's saying that don't scream to me that because next week we're all back in it. Next weekend you're going to be involved. I don't know. He will fly to Oslo after his rehab on Thursday. Then he will continue his rehab with us and will be with us from Thursday afternoon. I don't know when the flight leaves, but he'll be with us until Milan. So yeah, do your thing, man. Go support. And to be fair, maybe it's better that you just get away from this familiar surroundings at Arsenal at this moment in time. Arsenal could feature 4 returning stars in Cardiff youth match as Mikel Arteta eyes boost. Apparently, there's rumours of behind closed doors friendlies being played in these 2 weeks. There's also rumours that we've got a cup game. Well, under 21s are participating in the cup against Cardiff. Ironically, Cardiff actually have a depleted squad as well. Their manager's speaking about such. So I don't think you never know. But you know, Madueke is in the graphic here. Obviously, you want them to play. We've seen Timber play, but surely these guys will play in behind closed doors friendlies. You know how they like to keep people guessing and things of that ilk. Arsenal could reintroduce some of their returning stars into action in the under-21s match on Tuesday evening against Cardiff. In what is the last match before the winter break for the youth side, Mikel Arteta could utilise the special rules that allow overage players to be involved. Pardon me. And we've got a bunch of, we've got a depleted under-21 side, so I'm sure the under-21s gaffer, if he can be lent a couple of players, why not, man? You could argue... Wanyeri's still eligible at this level, if I'm honest with you. Him and Max Dowman probably should be playing today. Well, more so Max Dowman. It is something which he has used in the past to great effect, especially after the competition was revamped for the 2022-23 season from an under-23s format to under-21s. During the transition, the Premier League also increased the number of overage players to facilitate a change. Okay, but yeah, I just want to see the bulk of this. This could mean that if available to Gyokeres, Martinelli, Kai Havertz, Noni Madueke could all be part of Max Porter's squad for the trip to Cardiff City Stadium. Odegaard has flown out with Norway, so he won't be involved. The alternative option would be a behind closed doors friendly to help with recovery. However, with an already scheduled match which allows for a number of overage players to return, this could be a better option. Timber was obviously part of the under-21s team on a couple of occasions while returning from his own injury stuff way back when. Ahead of the international break, Arteta did say we need to have certainty that he's ready to go when looking at Kai Havertz. This could also apply to the likes of Havertz and company. We know we got Bayern, Spurs, Chelsea. But hey, we'll have to see, man. Several have already returned to training, in addition to Gabriel Jesus, who has been missing since the start of the year. There's actually rumours Gyokeres is back in training as well. How true that is, I'm not too sure. We'll go over this. Mikel Arteta handed huge injury boost over 6 Arsenal stars for frantic fixture list. Smash the like button, mods. Come on. Rodrygo accepting the bench just to stay at Madrid, not wanting to leave now, brother, 2 weeks. I hear it, but I don't think we're getting Rodrygo anyways, but good headline, ain't it? Gabriel Jesus is heading a list of big name stars ready to give Arsenal's title push a huge boost ahead of a testing period. Gyökeres and Madueke are also hoping to be fit for the North London derby with Spurs people after the international break on the 23rd. They're also hoping to have Odegaard and forwards Kai Havertz and Martinelli back for the frantic fixture list as they have 8 games in December. Mad thing, innit? But this is why you got a squad. We know that will test us to the limit. We know Gabriel Jesus has been out since January with an ACL issue. Ahead of the Sunderland game, I don't know. Now it's about making steps day by day in a different surrounding. Obviously, he's been doing everything on his own. He's got players around him, very competitive players around him, and see how he copes with that. But he's full of energy. I love the reaction of all his teammates when he first joined us. And yeah, great to have him back. When asked about Jesus, Gyokeres is expected to be fit for the North London derby after coming off against Burnley with a muscle tweak believed to be a hamstring issue. While Noni Madueke is also confident of being ready. There was rumours that Madueke could have been involved against Sunderland. We didn't want to take the risk. Martinelli is also close to being back after missing the last 2 games. And yeah, who do you lot think is going to take the longest to come back? Surely it's got to be like the most cautious has to be Gabriel Jesus, potentially Odegaard. I think Noni, Gyokeres are ready to go. Probably, I'm missing something. Martinelli as well. I think they'll all be back, but I don't know, man. Before we carry on with several things, people, what do you lot make of this before I look at you lot's comments? Arsenal told to pay 90 million to complete Rodrygo deal. Are you spending that 90 million? I'm sure there's some yes, there's some no's, there's some maybe sells, man. But once again, Social Joins has said Rodrygo accepting the bench just to stay at Madrid, not wanting to leave. Now, brother, 2 week. Jeez, people gone cold on Rodrygo. I'm having Rodrygo over Matoma. I'm not going to cap, man. The way people are talking about Rodrygo is shocking to me. It's shocking to me that he's not leading the poll. I can't lie, that last transfer window soured me on Leao and Rodrygo. On Leao, and Rodrygo is overrated. Man got bitched by an 18-year-old MLS. It will do that to you. If Semenyo is decent on the left, bring him. They're not letting him. They're not letting him go in January. And you're gonna have to pay a pretty penny, man. Yeah, MLS dealt with both. There's no shame in getting pocketed by Miles Lewis-Skelly. Give up the Matoma thing. I'm on the Yildiz thing, but only see transfers in the summer. If Berta can spin me a Yildiz, give up, man. They're going to give him a new deal. We ain't getting him. Jesus or Marino as a number 9. If everybody's fit, Gabriel Jesus. Obviously, Marino, you can chip in. You've done your thing, but you need to go back to basics. Obviously, if there's some world where a lot of, like, we're depleted and needs must, Marino, you got front, Jesus, you got off the left. MLS is cold. That's not what I'm saying. Salah kept fighting the whole game. Rodrygo gave up after that. To be fair, wait, Rodrygo, I don't know, man. I don't know. I do think people gas him, but I think he's a quality player. Jesus, I never want to see Marino in the 9 again. The Brighton game League Cup made me realize Declan Rice is the only defensive midfielder with running power. I'd enter the market in January for that type of profile. Hey, but when I say we could do with a 6 and an 8, they say, oh, you're being greedy. No one can ever convince me that this squad, big up what we've done in the market, big up who we've got. No one is going to gaslight me into believing we don't need a left winger. Hot take, and this is a hot take, and I know there's Kai Havertz, there's Marino, there's Jesus that can play there, Trossard can play false 9. Left wing, another striker in the squad. If Anaus can take his opportunity and be that, then great. A centre mid at 8, let's start there. We're laughing. Just join the stream, but please do not bring Rodrygo near my club. He ain't got no spine, no desire to be great. Would rather be comfortable at Madrid, even on the bench, no bueno. But you can't say, maybe he's looking at it is that it's easier to leave Real Madrid and start other clubs. I want to get my ratings. I just think he likes Madrid. He's been there as a young boy. It's all he's known. I do think he's an impressionable guy that you can gas. I'm sure his lifestyle situation is great out there. Too many variables needed to drop. And as we said in the summer, like, more than happy to entertain the Rodrygo links, but I don't think anyone, not just Arsenal, but all the teams linked with him, they can't have been that convinced that he wanted to leave. We all know how transfers work. There's some indirect communication. That could be with Arsenal and an agent or something like that, but officially communicating to Real Madrid that we want to bid. Clubs are not going to do that unless there's intention from Real Madrid that they'll sell. I don't think they're forcing him out the door, but he's one they probably listen to offers, and 2, his willingness to go. That's why for all of the links, and we always say this, for what's being said in the papers and what's actually happening are very different things sometimes. Arsenal told to pay 90 million to complete Rodrygo deal. Would you not do that? Surely you can get Semenyo and save yourself 30 million quid. But again, Bournemouth are going to play hardball in January over Noni. Rodrygo is on a list of attacking targets as he looks to get more minutes ahead of the 2026 World Cup. Bro, fuck your World Cup hopes. You do your thing at Real Madrid. I mean, if we could pattern up a loan with an option and you're on it, why not? But we all know when it comes to the wingers, there'll be some new names. We're still going to get, when the time's right, probably in January, we're going to get linked with Nico Williams again, regardless of the deal he signed. Leao, easy one, because he always wears Arsenal stuff. He plays in a position that we're trying to identify. Berta links, you know, being Italian club. There's that. So there's Rodrygo, there's Rodrygo, there's Semenyo, there's who did I say? Rafael, Nico Williams, and there's probably a couple I'm missing out. The Brazilian has long been linked with a move to the Premier League, which has become even more likely due to his sporadic role at Real Madrid under Xabi Alonso this season. Over the summer, sources told Football Insider that Real Madrid considered a move for Rodrygo, which ultimately never materialized as they decided to hold on to Savinho. They can't rate your thing that much. How many goals he got? Similarly, that was crazy. Liverpool's move for Rodrygo also collapsed in the summer, as now Arsenal consider making a bold play to bring him to North London. I'm not saying it didn't. But how do you know this? Because they obviously got Ikatike. They obviously got Isaac. I don't think Rodrygo's agents have ever signaled that, yo, want to cut. Then I think you might see these everyone and their dog, because he was linked with Arsenal, City, Liverpool, Tottenham Hotspur, the rest of it. It's more of a, we're not going to get these big ticket items in January. It's happened before. We were willing to put 70-odd million down on Kyle Mudryk, and thank the Lord. Arteta, I don't know if you identified that. I don't know if Edu gassed you. Thank the Lord we got Trossard. January transfer unlikely for Rodrygo, given costly fee. Exactly. We know this, innit? We know this. Hold that. You're going to have to do that, people. Obviously, he'll be unhappy probably with his lack of minutes in the Real Madrid team under Xabi Alonso. I think he's only played 250 minutes of football in 9 La Liga matches so far this season. So, look, that's not ideal for Rodrygo. There was a lot of speculation over the summer of a potential move to the Premier League with Arsenal, Spurs, Liverpool links. But the player decided to stay at Real Madrid and fight for his place after being given reassurances by Xabi Alonso. Rightly so. Xabi Alonso, you're going to tell him it's a long season, this, that, and the other. You're going to guess him. In the grand scheme of things, we all know Real Madrid's a club you can't fuck about. You don't win, you're gone. I think there's been a mandate to blood a couple of the wonder kids that they've bought. There's obviously, you got to find a way to, quote unquote, to a degree, keep Vinicius Jr. and Mbappe, but you don't really care about Rodrygo's tick. And to be fair, there is a lot of football to be played. Things can change. This is your ish. This is your beef. You believed you can make it. Do what needs to be done. If his first team opportunities don't improve, it's something he might look at again. I don't imagine a move in January. Such a big costly move as is, you're probably looking around 80 to 90 million for someone like Rodrygo. I don't think anybody from those interested clubs would be willing to do that in January. And yeah, apparently Barcelona are still sniffing around Odegaard. Really? Arsenal apparently have reported, bearing in mind, it just said 80 to 90 million for Rodrygo. Yeah, euros and pounds or whatever. Would you rather get Rodrygo or Leao? Let me know, people. Arsenal have reportedly been told that AC Milan are willing to sell Rafael for a fee as low as 80 million euros next year. Why is that being said? The Portuguese international has long been linked with a move to the Emirates Stadium for several seasons, and rumours of a big money switch have intensified in recent weeks amid rumours that Mikel Arteta is keen to sign a new left winger in 2026. Arsenal completed the signings of both Eze and Noni this summer. However, neither player is best when deployed on the left flank, while some speculation has suggested that Trossard or Martinelli could leave the Gunners next summer. As a result, Arsenal have been looking for suitable replacements, and they have identified the likes of Semenyo, Rodrygo, Leao as key targets. Who of those three, so Semenyo, Rodrygo, Leao, who would be you lot's like in order, first, second, third? I don't know. Let me know. Chelsea are reportedly monitoring Leao's situation at the San Siro. They did buy Jamie Kittens. Why did they buy Garnacho? Slightly Chelsea's options are stinky, you know. Estalvio, bad boy. Palmer, bad boy. Gittins, decent. Garnacho, frustrating. Pedro Neto is all right. He's not bad, in fact, but Mudryk, you should still pay him. Sterling, and you know, did you not see that stuff about Sterling? His crib got burgled when him and his family were there. Fucking hell, man. If there's one thing I hate, it's burglars, man. I find it so scummy, man. That's according to Court Offside, who claimed that Arteta views Leao as the perfect player to strengthen Arsenal's attack. Furthermore, it's reported that AC Milan are willing to sell Leao for between 80 to 85 million euros next year, despite the fact his current contract at the club includes a release clause worth 150 million. So my first thing is, how long's left on this contract? He's got 5 goals and 1 assist in 8 appearances across all comps so far this season. It's understood he could be tempted to leave Milan after spending the last 6.5 years at the club. Arsenal are set to face a fierce transfer battle for his signature. Manchester City, PSG, and Chelsea are looking at him. His contract runs out in 2028, so next year will obviously be 2026. Duh. So you're approaching a very pivotal 12 to 18 months in terms of his future. Like if you're selling him, maximize your value. You lot are smart enough. That's why you're here. Someone said, mods, wake up. I woke up. Come on, love Arsenal, hate the ops, man. As the man said, smash the like button, please, people. Don't forget to make sure you subscribe. 100K is so close, but so far. But we can do it, people. Trust the process. Rodrygo ain't worth 60 million right now. Rodrygo's a big game player. Hell no, he's a crybaby. It's not even about the title. It's about having bodies to rotate, though. Rotate through that silly schedule. I don't know if we get out of that without injury. We're going to get injured. It is what it is. There's going to be bare wear and tear, bare injuries, but we're going to have to find a way in it. And not just us, everyone. The fixture list is only going to get worse. BR1 love, 70 million max. Do not bring Rodrygo near my club, bit harsh. No one paid 90 million for that guy. He's 60 M's at best. Look at his goal output. His pants, depreciating asset. Eze Saka, Jesus just one time this season. Trust me, I'm on that. He was it then, but he ain't that guy no more. Such is life. Play MLS in midfield if you want running power, surely. She's the man, the way man are cussing out Rodrygo now. Yeah, I can't lie. The chat's on him, bro. The chat is on to him. BR's the Man United fan. What has he said? Rodrygo, 30 games without a GA. Quality player, but wallahi, that's nasty. Agent Gabby was all over it. But Defo got his eye on Alvarez. I love Julian Alvarez. You can play out front. You can play out wide. The pressing, just the way you are. I don't see it happening. You've completed football, really. You've won everything, but you've completed football in England. Not to say Arsenal were a big club in that, and City are very different. But you've been with City when they're at the pinnacle. Everything's kind of a step down. And on top of that, you're at, I know Atletico is concerned about winning stuff in that, but you're in your country. You're in a country that's more akin to Argentina. The weather, bare Argentinian man about. I've said this before. I've always felt he's going to sign for Barcelona. And when he went to Atletico Madrid, it just stinks of one day I'm going to go to Barcelona. I've got no basis of that. I just think it's a Barca thing for him. But to be fair, man, we need Haaland to go to La Liga. We need Barcelona, Real Madrid. Barcelona, I don't know, but find your pennies and get this guy out of here, because then City are finally mere mortals and we're laughing with all of that. Arsenal and Chelsea target Jan Diomande had to overcome adversity to reach football's elite, and his rise to stardom at Leipzig is fueled by a heartbreaking personal tragedy. Great young player. I don't want to be upset at this moment in time. Big up the 18-year-old. So if this is nothing away from the fact that he's being linked with Arsenal and Chelsea, we're not going to read through any adversity. He's got 100 million euros price tag on his head, so that's going to cost a lot. But you need adversity in life, unfortunately. What's Leao said? Fabrizio Romano reports that Rafa Leao's possible contract extension won't stop him from potentially joining a Premier League giant, so he won't be going to Spurs. Talks have started over a renewal. His deal is up until 2028, so that's where these rumours are coming from. Milan are very happy with Leao and want to extend his stay, but Moretto says that a new deal won't necessarily exclude a big sell. So is it Romano speaking or is it something else? Portuguese international, English clubs links, plays in Italy. This is a Spanish publication is breaking this. I know football's international, but even more cold water on that. Chelsea are willing to pay 120 million euros. So it's not really saying anything. I thought, so why did it say Romano? There's nothing in his regular slot on Fabrizio Romano's Italian YouTube channel. Matteo Moretto reveals that Milan plan to extend his deal. So there's nothing really with that. Arsenal and Barcelona are among the clubs in the picture to sign Levante star Ete Ayong, striker, 22 years of age. Seems like Arsenal, Barcelona, Man United, and everyone. It seems like he's the one in Spain that's lighting it up. Wilfred Singo, Arsenal, Liverpool, and United send officials dead. Very good going forward. Committed defender, very good going forward. Shoddy defender. I'm not a fan. Forget that. That's meaty. I hope Spurs get him. That's tired. I hope United get him. It's tired. That's tired. He's contracted until 2030. Galatasaray want to sanction a sell for 50 million euros. He's got 60 million euros clause. His performances have impressed Liverpool, United, and Arsenal. According to a newspaper, these clubs will be knocking on the Istanbul's club door in January. Dead. Forget that, man. Forget that. We're going to get bumped. That shit. Arsenal apparently are determined to stop Nico Paz from joining Real Madrid. I mean, he wants to go back to Real Madrid, probably. They've got a release clause. It don't really make sense. But apparently we're trying to persuade him to snub a Madrid return and join us. I can't see it. Talented lad. But there's a buyback clause. And even if Real Madrid had no plans to integrate him, surely you buy him back for those pennies. And if Premier League clubs are interested, serious wonga. Apparently, despite the fact that he will return to Real Madrid next summer and they've got a verbal promise, Arsenal are not deterred. They're trying to convince Paz to team up with Mikel Arteta, according to Court Offside. Mikel Arteta's Arsenal are trying to persuade Paz to consider a Premier League switch instead of a return to the Bernabeu. It's been further claimed, better yet, that Tottenham Hotspur wanted to sign him in the summer of 2025. They got rejected. Apparently, sources close to the agents industry have told the news outlet that Paz's market value could read 100 million euros, in brackets 87.8 million in the coming years. Arsenal do not want to miss out on his signature. Chelsea are said to have inquired as well. He wants the Madrid move, apparently, as you see there. Arsenal's interest in Paz was first reported on October the 1st, and given how well the Argentina international has played since then, it will not come as a surprise that the North London outfit are now in talks to bring him to the Emirates Stadium. What has Cesc Fabregas ironically said, Nico's a champion. I'm very calm about him and his future. He can get to wherever he wants if he carries on with the hunger and humility. The talent and the physicality are there. Fair play. Real have told him he's coming back. He believes he's going to be a key player for them in the near future. I can confirm that Paz is really attracting interest. Spurs have never gone away, but now Chelsea have asked about him. They really like what they've seen, but the message back was that he has his heart set on Real. We know Liverpool and City have also looked, so safe to say if Paz does not head back to the Spanish capital, there's a very good chance he would be EPL bound, people. We've gone over this, but apparently Gyokeres is one of 9 Arsenal players who will be putting in the hard yards back at the base of London Coley, which is great. Obviously, Ben White, Gabriel Magalhaes, Kepa, there's a lot of players that are not with their country at the moment, or full stop. You would have seen Miles Lewis-Skelly, Arsenal defender, being monitored by Premier League clubs as Thomas Tuchel sends World Cup warning. We've heard this with Thomas Tuchel before, not just to him, to a lot of players. If you're not playing, there's issues. Is what it is. He's only played 87 minutes of Premier League football so far this season. Calafiori is our first choice. We love 49 Lewis-Skelly. There are no pressing financial constraints for Arsenal. We only just gave him a 5-year deal, and we bloody love him. And you know why I'm not trying to be bad mind. Calafiori has a record of injuries. What happens? We've got 3 quality options that can play left back, 4 if you want to include Timber. There are no pressing financial constraints for Arsenal either, but if they were to sell, Lewis-Skelly would represent 100% profit in terms of PSR because he has come through the club's academy. A number of Premier League clubs are monitoring the situation around Lewis-Skelly, given he has only made 7 sub appearances in the comp this term. That can change very quickly, like very, very quickly. Bearing in mind, look at how much of the season there was to play last year and when he got his opportunity. But naturally, he might be thinking, "Raw, I'm not getting," from a selfish point of view, I'm not getting any minutes. Clubs might be like, he's not getting any minutes. He's talented. He's Premier League proven of sorts. Can play centre mid as well as left back. Mate, you don't ask, you don't get. Now we know he's not going anywhere. But good story. Good story. 49, Lewis-Skelly. Miles, Ruben, and Morgan got outperformed by O'Reilly. O'Reilly looks good. Miles simply needs more starts, more minutes. Now came a time when O'Reilly had so many starts in that position, so he's slightly ahead for this camp. Fair enough. Do your thing. It is what it is, man. Do your thing. Tuchel. What else have we got? He won't downgrade either. Manny, appreciate you. As the man says, smash the likes. It's free. Imagine Marino and Zubamendi partnership. Too slow. Norgard and Marino against Brighton. Too slow. We really need another athlete in midfield. Doesn't have to be expensive. They were telling me he would be the best left wing in the Prem if we got him in the summer. £90 million will get you Alvarez. Rodrygo loan sounds calm. Alvarez costs more than 90. October, Spanish media linked us with a Gormy for the January period. From what I've seen, he's an athlete. Man are mad at Martinelli not scoring, but Rodrygo with horrendous GA for 90 million makes sense. Houseway. I don't think we have money for these targets. I think we got money. It's just we're not going to do it in January. I'd like Raphael. I hear that. Agami is interesting, by the way. Maybe Valencia have some hidden gem on a 20 million release clause. I'm not an Alvarez fan, but I see why people like him. The Trossard vibe, but I don't want to see him left wing here. That's pants. Give me Rashford if Barca don't take up the option. We got Rashford, but if we're gonna get Rashford, go. You know what you need to do? Go to Manchester City and get Heskey, the younger one that's currently with the England's under 17s. He looks like Rashford with single plats. Some clubs need to be sniffing around that young man. Rashford, I like you. I want it to bang. Want you to, yeah, but not here, man. I don't want no more hot and cold players. We got hot and cold players. We got young players that we need to develop, especially in the attacking ranks. I want guys that are on crud. Not saying Rashford isn't, but I want to know what I'm getting 10 games in it. I want to know if you're not on that, it's dark. Give me Leao. Look at Doku for City. Rashford might actually be a good option. Okay, you lot want to learn the hard way. You lot actually want to learn. Big up Rashford. We get him on backing and supporting him. You lot actually want to learn the hard way. Stay over at Barca. We're rooting for you, man. Kim Henry, one love. Big up DG. Hope when the boys come back from injury, they can get up to speed fast. Fingers, toes, everything crossed. Not all the way convinced with Leao. To be fair, though, what Semenyo, Leao, Rodrygo, I'm not 100% convinced with any of them. I believe in Rodrygo. It's more, when I say mentality, I'm not questioning your desire, your willingness to win, your attitude. Are you a Spartan? Like, I need Spartans here. When it's time to show face and do the Spartan stuff, because I know you're Brazilian. I know you've got ability. I know you're wavy. I know you can score goals. I know you can actually chip in big games. But are you on this? Are you really, really on this thing? I can't answer that. I don't know. Leao, I like you, but you're too hot. You're another one. You're a bit too hot and cold for me. 10 games, I don't know what I'm getting. You could be a match winner. You could not. I need to see a bit more. Semenyo, obviously, you're under the eye. It's for the price. The price. Anything over 60 million, I'm not on it. Oh, it's not my money. I ain't got that, but you get the point. Leao, Rodrygo, Semenyo. That's your order. Rodrygo, Leao, Semenyo. Right, man, got Semenyo lost. Is it because he's not named, Bran? Road to 100K. Smash the like, people. Real Madrid, sorry, Rodrygo, not even on my short list. Dubious Real Madrid cast off. Bro, you lot are harsh. Rashford has been good at Barca. He's the best English left winger, better than Anthony and all the others. Rashford is changing the narrative around it. But sometimes it's the environment. Let's have it right, yeah. Significantly less noise about Rashford just fucking off to Spain, which is what I actually felt that a couple of years ago with Raheem Sterling. I think Jadon Sancho should have went and done that. I'm actually happy for Rashford. We know in this country, they tear these youths up. They big them up and tear them down. Like, Rashford breathes there's issues. And obviously, he wants to be at Barca. So there's that. At Arsenal, I don't know, man. But big up Rashford, keep doing your thing. Leao brings absolute chaos. We need that. Leao was twerking for Arsenal in the summer. Alvarez loves Arsenal. How do you know that? Don't forget to subscribe and share the links, please. Man said Leao is toilet water. That's harsh. No Haaland in the Prem. Arsenal win the next 3 times. Tranquillo. Rashford always cooks us. That's why I rate him, and he's 28. Well, he won't be playing Ben White. Yeah, but worst players score against us. If we're not bringing in, obviously there could be young players, but if we're bringing in big ticket, big money items, bro, you need to kind of be what Alexis Sanchez was a few years ago in terms of that level, not necessarily like for like, but that level. I don't want no more hot and cold players. Like, I need to know what I'm getting 10 games in, especially in our attacks. But there's obviously exceptions to the rule, but yeah. I always said Rodrygo might be a liability in terms of the physicality of the PL. That's why I preferred Nico Williams. But Nico this season is terrible and was always injured. He plays when he wants. Did man just say Leao's going Spurs? I don't know where you heard that. Big up yourself, Rob. Appreciate you. I've seen Rodrygo come off a couple of times and throw his boots around. Why would anyone want someone like that? You think he's not going to be the first or the last. I'm not killing you for that. You can do all of that. That don't mean much. Would you take Vinny if he was available? I'd rather Vinny over Rodrygo. You can never have enough defenders. Bring the world of defenders. The fullback single. Don't think Arteta could manage Vinny. He's too much high maintenance. Boy. Man wants to go home. Let him go home. Hit the like button, road to 100K. Nico is a good player with potential, but when I watched Athletic, he doesn't show the desire to help teammates. And during the game, he is hot and cold. You see good skill, but awful decision-making. Nico is still a risk, though I rate him. Skelly deserves way more game time. Tuchel's a clown. He'll self-sabotage as usual. Him and Conte always in play. But he's got to make it happen because the wickedest thing, if you don't get to the final, it's dark, but you ain't been better than Gareth Southgate. Pardon me. I like Leao. He's strong. We've seen Verts ball out, come to the Premier and be straight bitched. But let's get to 100 likes. Rashford not coming back to England. This man is cussing out the Rashford thing. Look what Arteta has, man, saying about Noni. Yeah, but when you break it down, I like Noni. The difference is I wanted Noni. I said you can go back in my comments when we done the videos. What did I say? I wouldn't have bought it. I don't think we should do these project things. I definitely don't want them to give 50 million, but I think people are being harsh. Noni Madueke is not as terrible as people are making him out to be. I understand it's giving Arteta a project, obviously the Chelsea thing. But then when I flip that and say, listen, I want numbers, because let's have it right. At the moment, Trossard's our best attacker. Historically, yeah, there's players that have pulled their weight and gone through patches of form over the last 3 years, excluding the year that we're in. Saka has been the only consistency. So, and even now, I like Eze. I like Madueke. What's the one thing both players are lacking? And Eze scored it against Palace. Goals. I don't know what I'm getting. I don't want any more. Like, if you're going to do the project thing, go around South America and bring one of them. What is the point bringing Rashford? What is the point? So you got Rashford where you don't know what you're getting. Madueke, you don't know what you're getting. 100% know what you're getting. Rashford's too expensive to be on that bench. If he's not coming to lock the fuck out of that left wing position or somehow become this mythical striker, forget that. Dead that, bro. You look by him in football, man, don't piss me off with this Rashford shit. He's cold, but yeah. Bro, brown skin, Latina, giving death stare at work. I nearly folded. Black men don't cheat. Take a touch, take a touch. It's not define folding though. Define folding. Boy, yeah, nah. Boy, yeah, nah. Straight on. Straight on. What country? What define folding as well, man? There's many ways to define folding. I don't know what folding is. I have no clue what folding is. What do you mean, man? You can have you can have a work wife. I used to have one. I hope she's all right, man. I actually hope she's all right. I actually hope that she found I hope she found a nice husband. I hope she's having kids and that. She's lit, man. She used to bring me back lunch and that. We used to eat Mexican and that. At the time, I had a girlfriend. Like, you get home, your actual girlfriend's asking you how your day was. Why can it be my work wife? This is all jokes. AI, need to remember where I am. Fold, bro. It's not cheating if you close your eyes. And when you shower, it's all done. Thoughts of DG is not shared by you lot. I'm not with you lot. I'm just being a fool. Noni is 23, my guy. Rash is 28. Already lives in London. Way more growth in a combat. Yeah, bro. Rashford is loading. I've already accepted it as gospel. Berta will get him for 45 mil. I thought Noni wouldn't be here, but he got here quick. Forget that. I'm not hearing that. As in, move to her, she looks like she's... Bro. When Haaland's on goal, does he get shook? Do you mean you're not scoring? Moving like Sesko and that. That's horrible. Define folding. But hey, Sweetening, why you're not smiling very quickly and things can accelerate. Leao was wearing that sick Arsenal custom kit. Yeah, he was, man. He's drippy. Tuchel dropped Jude when he wasn't playing, so he's been consistent, to be fair. The way Alvarez talks about Arsenal's crazy. I can't lie, I've never seen him talk about us. Semenyo is the guy for the left wing. These men want to go backwards in the process, talking about Rashford. He needed to leave England. Yeah, I'm not on the Rashford thing. We get him. If we ever got him, you get my support. But come on, big up yourself, my dude. Arsenal should get Leolis left wing and a playmaking centre mid. It ain't cheating if you fold with socks on. Come on, everyone knows it. What do you mean, bro? If it's not your girlfriend, you shouldn't be. Bro, the socks shouldn't be off anyways. Like, playing footsie for what? My tracksuit might not even be off, allegedly. I'm just entertaining you lot. Anybody listening, showing off for my subscribers. This is all lies. I don't know what's going on. DG Rashid is 30. Damn. Brother, some of you are scumbags, isn't it? I can't believe people are giving you the death stare and you're here typing on the internet with Next Man on YouTube. I thought we were some real IT3s over here. Boy, no, I'm joking, man. No, man, like, come on, man. What's the point? Like, you've got a girl. What's the point? Like, there's front everywhere. You might as well stay loyal. Like, again, it's weak. Like, why would you do that? Like, why would you do that? You shouldn't do that. Like, it's immature if you do that. Like, that's what boys do. We want to be men. We're men. We don't do that. Like, just get on with your work, man. You know the thing. A guy like me, I can't engage in them kind of activities with women without feelings and that. So I can't even imagine how people do it, and it makes me sick. Actually, it makes me sick. It makes me sick. Speaking of one second, people, this is making me very emotional now. Actually, I just need a moment. Niggas say, shit, man. Yeah, no. How the madness is what, isn't it? That's how the game goes. Get me. Kilo be kill type shit. All right, we're back. Sickening stuff, man. Nah, serious. DG never fired a wife like that. Like, fam. Like, man, that's not nice. One day, man, I'm getting on a bit, getting 30. In fact, wife, whoa. You seen the cost of living, bro? We need to do so much before we talk about you see how much weddings cost. Oh, but it's a special day. Okay, you take pictures and yeah, we love each other and that. We're going for the peace tomorrow. You're kind of mad. So much things they need to do. Sweden's lit. You know what? This is random, but bare people say they go to Sweden, and I keep hearing they've got mad. I don't know why, but apparently their technology's sick. Don't know what technology that's referring to. And apparently their Wi-Fi is sick. Like they got some of the fastest internet. I can't remember who told me where I found that out. Dino, sickening, man. Like, obviously, me, I don't even know how you, because all I do is just make football videos. I don't even, genuinely, it's surprising that people live in realities like this, honestly. I wouldn't rule out Rashford. Arteta has connections at Barca. If he thinks Rashford has the right character and price is right, English player with PR experience makes sense. Whenever Sadiq, I hear you, but we're not getting out the hood with this. I'll be real, man. Nah, yeah, even man. Top tier. We got Trini women. My women ain't big. Listen, this is not the time for it, innit? It's not even watershed, but we love women. We can't live without them, but you got it, boy. If you trust it, if you got a good one, you're great. But if you're out here, don't trust them. Don't trust them. Don't go outside. I've seen people go outside. I don't want you lot to be one of those, man. I really don't, man. I want better for my people, man. I want better for the people. DJ has a Trinidad girl. He's in talking stage with. Don't let him escape from that. Bring that, come, that, yeah. Roti and that. Gyokeres settings. Glottenberg. Yeah, that sounded like League Two and that direct football. It's not really my style, but come on, you lot do your thing. Just because you can score doesn't mean you should score. That's what you lot on. Like, it don't count, man. It don't count. We're trying to win Ballon d'Ors and do these crazy things now, man. On a serious note, though, man, I'm gonna let you lot get out of here because we've gone over everything. There's no point boring you lot. Big up to you lot who's not only just part of now and liked and commented and done all these things, but was here with James tomorrow, 9 a.m. Tom Canton settings. Yesterday, if you ain't checked that out, go and check the video I did with Clive Palmer. You know, there's always content of some capacity, man. So I hope you lot have enjoyed the 48 minutes. But on that note, everybody stay safe, stay blessed. Hit the like button on your way out. Peace. Always